What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back on the post-game recap as the Lakers fall to the Spurs predictably, 117 to 110. You read the title right. Lack of depth usage. All right, because we had some players that didn't even play, and of course the injuries and all that came and played a factor. So yeah, Lakers fall to the Spurs 117 to 110. Look again, we had a chance here at the end. Add this game to the collection of losses that could have been victories, and unfortunately, we did not come through. Like Christian says, we needed LeBron, and not only LeBron, it could have been nice to have anybody step up here and be our closer. But the fact of the matter is, even with LeBron at times, we have had an extremely tough time closing out games we should be winning. This was one of them. Literally, the Spurs gave us every chance, every possible chance to come back in and win this game. But basically, Frank Vogel just said, "Nope, we don't want it. You have it." And his lack of big man usage. I mean, he does have two big men. That's all he has. I get it. The depth is very thin. Uh, but the fact that Dwight only played 18 minutes tonight factored into this. We made Jacob Poltelli or whatever his name is, Peltel, whatever. I don't care. We made this guy look like Pau Gasol out here, man. He was killing us on the boards. They had 64 points in the paint. They did everything that they had to do to win in the end. And of course, we missed a ton of free throws. And even though they missed free throw, they missed, what did they miss? I think they missed like 14, and we missed 7. Bottom line is, again, Lakers have a golden opportunity. We don't capitalize. We don't have a killer mentality. We're not disciplined. We made horrible turnovers down the stretch. Even though Carmelo actually played decent at the center, we still ended up getting exploited because when they switch on those screens, we don't have enough size out there to even crash. And it was all bad, man. It's one of those things where it was an ugly game both ways. And we just, unfortunately, in the end, we shot ourselves in the foot, which has been the storyline all season long, man, all season long. But yeah, that was spearheaded by the coach and the coaching staff. And what do we have, like 18, 19 games left in the season? So it is what it is, man. He says 6 of the 7 missed free throws were on Westbrook. But we knew Westbrook wasn't a good free throw shooter. We knew that. So yeah, that's something that when we traded for him, we knew. He's never been a good free throw shooter. He shoots like a center at the free throw line, and that's unfortunate. But even though he shot like crap and blew layups per usual down the stretch, that's what he does, He likes to play hero ball, and we end up blowing layups. But I thought at least the effort was there, man. That's at the very bare minimum what we could ask for. But yeah, again, it's just discouraging because what is this, 21 or 22 games that we have lost in a row? Not in a row, but down the stretch. I'm sorry. So my boy Cool DJ says, I'm not even pissed about this loss. Feels normal now. That's the sad part. I've had to regulate my expectations. I told you guys I was excited for the last game, but I still don't believe in this team till they show it to me consistently. And of course, next game, LeBron comes out, doesn't play, and then the team has to, scrap for to try to at least compete. It is what it is, bro. At this point of the season, man, all we can hope for is, the youngsters to continue to develop and player development and try to find the gems. That's it. Like I said, I wouldn't even mind if certain players get shut down and we just go ahead and develop. But it is what it is, man. Whatever happens, one game at a time, and no expectations. Again, expect the worst and hope for the best. Every game, same mentality. You said Frank gotta be trolling us at this point. It's crazy. My biggest problem with him is he clearly says we're getting destroyed in the paint. I mean, you give up 60-plus points in the paint and you don't make a single adjustment. I mean, at least try Wenyen Gabriel. If you don't like Dwight's effort or whatever the case may be, at least try Wenyen. At least. You got to get creative when you're out of options. You have to use what you got. That'd be like a mechanic having a couple of tools, but he doesn't like how rusty they are, so he'd rather not use the tools and starts using his hands. You're never going to get the job done like that, man. It's all bad, bro. But you're right, man. You're right. It's really puzzling to me why we can never make the proper adjustments down the stretch of games, right? Isaiah Jordan says, with the way we've been playing all year, I'm just grateful we was able to at least compete tonight. LOL. Next season can't come fast enough for us, Dan. You're right, Isaiah. That's it, man. We got to count our blessings now and take it one game at a time. A blessing is that Austin Reeves continues to look phenomenal, man. I'm talking his defense, his heart, every single night. He's given us the most efficiency, and he was even doing it offensively. I thought Coach brought him in too late in the fourth. We had already lost momentum. I thought Melo had a couple of blocks. I was impressed in the paint, even though he's playing out of position. Clearly, he's not a center. And he had a couple of blocks in there, hit a couple of big shots. I thought THT stepped up, had a big game. Malik Monk did what he could. Man, I gotta tell you, Malik Monk and Austin Reeves get hacked a lot when attacking the rim, and we don't get the calls. And then the Spurs clearly favoritism getting out all the little ticky tack fouls, but that's neither here or there. Again, we had a ton of opportunities to capitalize tonight, and we did not. So that's on us. You can't even harp on the horrible officiating, which it truly was. My boy Ronald said, "Why did we pick up Gabriel and don't play the man? I am so ready for next season." You know what, Ronald? That's a great question. We've had that same question throughout the season with this coaching staff. Usually, when it's younger players, I tell you guys they're probably not going to play. I told you when we acquired him, I'd be shocked if he plays him outside of garbage time. And sure enough, making my prophecies come true because, like I said, he's probably only going to play DJ Augustine, who, by the way, is too small for my liking, and that's about it. So that's who he played, and he has clear favoritism, and he lacks a lot of creativity, man, because he really needs to be able to use all the tools he has at his disposal. Thanks, Joseph, for the cash app, brother. He said for Reeves get sat out long stretches. That's true, man. I don't understand that, especially when they're playing good. It's like this coaching staff just likes they're so stubborn and they stick to their rotations, and I don't like that because you should be able to adjust to what the game flow, right? Whatever's working, you should be able to stick to that a little bit longer. But that has not been the case for Frank and the Lakers. I mean, but look, like my man said, we kind of become numb to these losses, man. We expect them now, and we actually get shocked and excited when we win. But those have been, far and few in between. We are now what is this? 1-5 since the All-Star break. So yeah, we're still continuing to trend downwards, and with these injuries or whatever, whether it be whatever it is, yeah, it's going to be really hard to make any sort of a run. It is what it is at this point. Oh, here come the daily Fire Vogel chants. I feel y'all, man. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. He said, "Fire Vogel, never seen such an overrated coach." Yeah, Frank Vogel is tough to stomach because as a diehard, we've seen all kinds of bad coaches come through here, and we've seen a few great ones, but it's just that we just don't ever seem to have any sort of offensive half court schemes unless it's in transition. If it's in transition, when we use our athleticism and our youth to get out and score buckets, that's where we seem to get easy buckets. But in the half court, we're not running many offensive sets or plays, man. It's tough. And as far as defensively, what defense? We gave up 100 points in 3 quarters. So again, and no rim protection. They're just running down the lane like it's a slip and slide, man. Everybody just sliding right down the middle. Gotta give credit to the Spurs, man. DeJounte Murray is a freaking beast. I told you guys, watch out for him in pregame. And then, obviously a couple other role players stepped up for them. But bottom line is this was another winnable game. We lost it in single digits, and it's the lack of discipline and game plan down the stretch. Always, always. Dan, did you agree with starting THT? Not a power forward. Not a power forward. I don't like small ball. I'm not a fan of small ball at all. And here's the thing, people don't understand. In order to be able to get away with small ball, you have to have a versatile big and also an offensive threat. If Dwight no longer has the legs or the enthusiasm to play for Frank or whatever the case may be, then it's not going to work. Even if, you know what I'm saying? Like small ball is fine with me, but if you have a super stud in the paint who can do it all, switch 1 through 5, switch off of screens, block shots, get rebounds, get on transition and score and get his own shots, then you might be able to get away with small ball. Worst case scenario, at least have a defensive juggernaut at the 5, right? At least somebody with active hands who can block shots and get rebounds and do the dirty work. But this team, for some reason, they want to throw Dwight in there and then have a bunch of small guards, which I don't like because, one, Dwight either isn't playing inspired basketball due to Frank Vogel not giving him consistent minutes, or he's just getting old now and he can no longer get up like he used to, all right? Because he's been getting exposed on the defensive end lately. All right. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. He said Frank is clueless. Literally. I don't understand what he's doing out here, to be honest with you. And we talk about it all the time, but I think the whole coaching staff needs to go because I didn't see much of a difference when Frank was out with COVID. So yeah, I think the whole coaching staff needs to be a package deal with Frank Vogel and ship him out quickly. Coach K for the head coaching job. Your thoughts, Dan? I doubt Coach K would come to the NBA. I doubt it, man. Love Coach K. I think he's great. But yeah, I doubt it. I mean, I would love it though. I would love it. Somebody like that, fiery, was not afraid of egos. I mean, did you see when he was coaching Team USA? I mean, he really got everybody to buy in, all those superstars. So, yeah, of course, I would love Coach K. He said, at this point, we need Jesus, bruh. Everybody needs Jesus in their life. That's a fact. Hashtag fire Vogel. He says, small ball that can't defend one on one and not get shooters is a disaster. That's another good point, Jay. Our version of small ball is all over the place. So I 110% agree with that. He says, small ball, you want 6'6" and 6'7" type players. Vogel playing small ball with like 6'4" guards. It's tough, man. Again, the blueprint that he's following, I have no clue what it is because we don't have a Draymond Green type player and Steph Curry type shooters. So why is he playing small ball? I don't know. When we had success and actually won a championship going big, using our size, using guys like JaVale, Dwight, Kuzma, LeBron, using our size, Markieff Morris. Yep, same old story. You got it, Robert. You got it, brother. Same old story. But the only difference is that I did appreciate the youngsters' effort, man. They were playing extremely hard. And even though our coach puts us at a disadvantage, they were trying hard to crash the glass to the point where we got out rebounded, but we didn't get out rebounded by much due to their effort. So coach can't even pin this on their effort. Usually coach likes to wash his hands and just say, guys aren't crashing hard enough. Shut up, coach. You're not putting enough size out there. Here's the bottom line. Total rebounds, 43 to 47. So our guys did all they could. We were just outmatched, and we gave up 60-plus points in the paint. No resistance because there's no real size in there to protect. He said, Dan, should we just tank the rest of the way? Deactivate Braun and Davis for the rest of the season? I would do just to end this suffering and focus on everything. Well, that depends, man. If LeBron comes back and he continues to give us the effort that he gave versus Golden State, the contrary to his previous 4 games, and yes, bring him back. But if he's going to just mail it in for the rest of the year, same thing with AD, then yeah, I agree with you. It all depends on their body language and their attitude because the team will follow suit. So regardless, either way, we're not winning the championship this year, man. It would have to be a miracle. Like I'm talking everybody else in the NBA's powers would have to be stolen Space Jam style for us to have an advantage. That's how bad of a team we have, man. It's been a bad season. He said they should be a lot better with a better coach next season. I agree, Kevin. We need a coach that's going to put us in position to succeed and learn how to exploit his mismatches and just get us to play high percentage efficient basketball inside out. If the 3 ball isn't falling, listen, here's my thing about the coaching staff. Not once have they mentioned our poor shooting. And again, tonight we shoot 8 for 26. All right. I want that to be maximum 8 for 20 a game. Max. If you know what I'm saying, like I would say, if you're not shooting close to 40%, then stop shooting threes and attack the rim. All right. And actually, when we put our head down and we attacked the rim, we were doing great. We actually caught up. So I know everybody here is sick of Frank Vogel. I know you guys are. I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you guys. This is like this is all bad, man. What Frank has done to this team in one season, he exposed himself, and I'd be surprised if he had another head coaching job after this one in the league because he's had plenty of firepower. I don't want to hear that we don't have enough firepower BS when we beat teams like the Warriors and the Jazz when we're undermanned. So I don't want to hear that. He said, win one, lose one, win one, lose 2 or 3. All season long, guys. That's why I tell you, temper your expectations. Remember pregame, you guys were telling me how Magic Johnson said we still had a shot, and he compared himself to one of the old teams that everybody had counted out, and they won the finals. But this is a different team than that, so got to have a much different set of expectations for this team. He said, imagine if Bron dropped 56 just to show that he could still do it. to cap off the season. He not coming back. Yeah, I mean, blink beats. That's a theory. That's one of my theories I had pregame. That could happen. That could be the end of the season. They could just basically say, shut him down. LeBron doesn't want to risk injury. He already has a bad knee or whatever. They could just go with that for the rest of the games if they wanted to. They really could. The benefits to that are obvious. You get to see younger players take the court and try to develop. For example, tonight I thought THC looked a lot better. He made a couple of mistakes down the road, but he had 18 points up in his starting role. Obviously, Reeves looked phenomenal. Malik Monk could have played a better game, but I felt like he was getting fouled a lot. But no excuses. He's much better than what he showed tonight. Westbrook was okay. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great either. I hate how he tries to play hero ball in the end, and sometimes that costs us. Carmelo, I thought was phenomenal, but then obviously the only problem I have with Melo is he makes some silly turnovers at times, and he gets technicals and stuff late in games when we shouldn't. And he's a vet; he should know better. But overall, like I said, the effort was there. I'm not mad at the team effort tonight, but I am disappointed the coaching staff continues to be stubborn and hard-headed and not use everything they have at their disposal. Guys like, obviously, like I said, Wenyen Gabriel. Now is the perfect time to try those guys because you have nothing to lose, really, and everything to gain if it works out, right? Dan, do you think Dwight will still be a Laker next season? No, not the way that Frank Vogel treated him. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I mean, he's gotten one of the most inconsistent roles on this team. He's kind of getting the Montrezl Harrell treatment for sure, right? In my opinion. Brody is missing a lot of layups. Yep, sure is. Sure is. Dan, 44 mil, 5 for 14, 5 turnovers, 5 fouls, 6 mixed free throws, but he needed to run the offense. Yeah, like I said, it's a whatever game for me. I mean, he's had far worse games than that. I'm not impressed by his game at all tonight, but I'm also not going to say it was the worst because trust me, he's had a worse. But yeah, I mean, look, my expectations for Russell Westbrook are really bad. I'm like, I expected it at this point. The homegirl Tara says, if LeBron chooses to sit, I wouldn't blame him. Why try to give your all under Vogel just to lose in the playoffs? Call this a season in the rest and reload. You're right. You're right. I mean, can you really be mad at LeBron when clearly we have an inept coaching staff, right? So you're absolutely right. But at the same time, I would say this. If you're great like LeBron, do you really want to mail it in, or do you want to keep trying to break records and maybe get some extra wins and maybe make some noise in the postseason? Maybe not go far, but maybe try to upset the first round team. I mean, listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is at this point. I agree, Tower, though. You can't go wrong either way. I'm open-minded to whatever they do. I just hope they decide quick because I don't want to be holding on for hope, witnessing greatness, another 56-point game here or there, maybe a 30-point game, and then I get all excited, and then boom, all of a sudden they stop trying again. This team has been one of the most anemic I have seen in my life. This has been one of the most inconsistent rotations, coaching staffs, everything. From top to bottom, we've been a disaster. But it is what it is. Dan, you should get memberships. You're talking about for YouTube? What are we talking about, Brian? Not sure what we're talking about, brother. He said, this was a winnable game. This loss is on overrated Coach Vogel. I've never seen such a terrible, inconsistent lineup in my life. Lakers deserve better. You Laker fans deserve better. That's my guy right there. That's my guy right there. Appreciate you, bro. 2 steps forward and backwards this season. All year long, right? All year long. Here I thought, when we started the new year with some wins, I was like, okay, finally we're going to start turning the corner. Dare I say it? And sure enough, they let us down again and again. And then that, to me, what was that really devastating was that Anthony Davis injury. That really, I think, that sunk my spirit. And after we came out, with those horrible rumors and everything that's going on with Russell Westbrook and the rift between him and the coaching staff and all that, there's been too many distractions to even be close. Yeah, Dan, for YouTube, I want specific. I'll look into that, man. But yeah, I'm not even sure how that will work, bro. But I'll look into that for sure. I'll check it out, man. I mean, how does that benefit you guys? I'm always about you guys first, before myself. I'm not all about making money It's just about what you guys. So if that benefits you guys in any way, shape, or form, then yeah, I would do it. But if it's just a money grab, I'm definitely not doing it, bro. But I do appreciate the suggestion, man. Uh Carmelo's playing good basketball. Yes, he is, Sherry. Definitely playing good basketball. And I think that's something that we can, one thing we can take from the season is that certain players gave it their all. All right, Carmelo Anthony was one of them. Even though he got critiqued by some fans at some point, but most of us, we've enjoyed what he has done, man. You know, uh, Bottom line though is we got to come back better and stronger than ever and younger. I think it's clear as day that we need to get younger, man. You know, the youth movement. I notice every time we play younger teams, they run us out the gym, and tonight it showed us that we can compete with any team, but we need more youth, and then obviously you're going to need your star players and all that. But it's discouraging to see how many close games we have lost. Think about this: 21 or 22 games, either one, close games that we have lost. Can you imagine if we had won 60% of those? Think about it. Our record would look a little bit different right now. We'd probably be a top six seed right now. Who knows? And again, injuries factor into everything, but maybe Kendrick Nunn would have came back. I honestly don't know why Kendrick Nunn doesn't want to play for us, but it's one of those things where it's a little discouraging to see that we gave him the mid-level exception, and he kind of, I'm not sure if he's taking advantage of us or his body really is slow to recover. I've never heard of a bone bruise recover so slowly. So I think that's all interesting. Carmelo has played good at his age too. He's a year older than LeBron. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, great players play no matter what. Carmelo has a lot of heart, and it sucks that he won't get to win a championship for us this year because I really wanted him to get one. He's one of the good guys around the league. He's been around. He's put in his dues. You know, so I would have really liked to see Carmelo Anthony get one. Unfortunately, it looks like he won't. But he was great. Austin Reeves, Malik Monk, all these guys have been great, right? Um, I would have loved to see what they could have done with a competent coaching staff. That would have been interesting. Maybe somebody that puts us in positions to win down the stretch of games. But I guess we'll never know, huh? He said, "I hope Melo's back next year." I would. I would definitely bring him back. But remember, he's on a 1-year deal. Other teams are going to definitely show him some interest and some love because of what he's done for us. I know they will. They always do. Teams, if you always realize that when players do good here, they end up earning bigger contracts elsewhere. Just like the year we won the championship, Rondo got a bigger contract. Dwight Howard, I think he got the same contract or a little bit bigger, but bigger role, I think. Caruso, all these guys, they end up getting bigger contracts elsewhere because teams all of a sudden they're like, okay, if he was able to ball out there, he still got some juice. Let's go out and get Melo. So he might get some sort of contract elsewhere. But I wish him the best, man. Carmelo's a good dude. He plays extremely hard, very emotional. He's one of the old school players, man, that truly cares for the game. You could tell it's eating at him that the Lakers suck this season. You could tell he really wants to be better, man. What did you think of the Batman movie? I loved it, bro. I thought it was phenomenal. Without giving out any spoilers, I'll just say this. I saw a little bit of everything. I'm a diehard Batman fan, and I saw some scenes from the Arkham Asylum games, right? Which I thought was phenomenal. Like even the video game had a little bit of 90s in there. And obviously I even saw a little bit of the darkness from the Dark Knight, like similar themes and stuff like that. So without giving up away too much, I thought everybody was great, man, from the heroes to the villains, and that's all I'm gonna say. I thought the acting was A1, the storytelling, man. And if you're a true comic book fan, like Batman fan, this was more true to the comics because he really played the detective role really well. So I love it. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Now people ask me, is it better than a Dark Knight? I have them both up there like this. Now, if this movie was rated R, I probably would have said yes, better than the Dark Knight. But since it wasn't rated R and there's some stuff it didn't show, I have them both up there. You can't really, just because it's new, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna be a prisoner of the moment and shoot it over the Dark Knight. But it was up there. I have them. Both of them are neck and neck. He said, Dan, did you like Pattinson as the Batman? I did. He surprised me, man. Obviously, I wasn't a big fan of the actor because of Twilight. I thought he was a cheesy actor because of the, you know, one funny story. I was once forced to go on a date, not with my current girlfriend, but in the past, um, to see a Twilight movie, and that was probably the worst theater experience I've ever seen. I think I would have rather stay home and watch a novella than that cheesy shit. But the girls loved it, so I'm not hating. It is what it is. But Robert Pattinson will no longer be known as whatever his name was on that movie. I forgot one of them. Jacob Edward. I don't know which one's which. He's not gonna be known as that anymore. He is now gonna be known as the Batman because he killed the shit, man. He was phenomenal. I recommend you guys to go see this movie. Anybody. Uh, is there extra credits? No, not really. We stayed till the end, and this ain't Marvel, bro. They don't operate like that. I don't think, at least. He said he went from vampire to bat. That's a good one. He's my boy said Dan wanted some titties in the Batman movie. Hell no, bro. What it was is I wanted to see some of the. I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say some of the crimes. I wanted them to show everything. Because I don't know, man. I'm a '90s movie fan. The grittier, darker movies. Like I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan. I like movies that show everything. I hate it when something's about to happen and then they cut away or they blur the screen. Like that is like, come on, we're all adults here. But I guess PG-13 gets the kids in the theater, so it's better for business. But for the consumer, for me, for an adult like me, I want to see everything, man. Everything, titties and all. Show it. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. He said, Dan, would you trade Westbrook for a second round pick? Yes, I would in a heartbeat, bro. Like this. Just like that. Just like that. Batman is the best superhero by far, man. Who doesn't like the Batman, bro? He's the closest thing to me. Like I can relate. Unlike these other fake superheroes with superpowers, we all know that's not real. But a multimillionaire or a billionaire could definitely be a Batman if he wanted to risk his life. That'd be crazy though. Nobody who's a millionaire is gonna want to risk their life for justice. All right, but technically they could if they wanted to. They were crazy enough. He said, Dan, would you like D Rose on the Lakers? I love D Rose. I love Derrick Rose. Yeah, of course, I love him. If he can stay healthy. Now, remember, I'm still rooting for the youth movement because Derrick Rose is an older player. He said, I love Superman, the Tank, or the Hulk. All great I love all superheroes. Marvel is obviously my favorite company, but overall, Batman is what has kept DC alive. Let's not kid ourselves here. If Batman wasn't as successful as it was, there probably would be no DC. They'd probably be obsolete because everybody knows Green Lantern was trash. And a lot of their movies have been trash. So Batman is basically carrying right now, and it's my favorite superhero for sure. Show Dan everything, damn it. Yes, sir. Show it all. Did I watch the new Lake Showtime HBO series? I have not. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight, the first episode. I think they're releasing it episode by episode, right? He said, Green Lantern. Oh, so bad, bro. That was so bad. They should remake it. Seriously, because Green Lantern's dope in the comics, but man, the movie sucked. He said, Dan, what game is Vogel watching? Everyone watching knew we needed a big out there at the end of the game. He's just a stubborn old fool, man. He's not going to change his ways. He's not going to change his ways, man. He's stubborn. And that's the problem with some people. They're stubborn. They just they rather go down, swinging for their favorite basketball style than adjusting and admitting they were wrong. And that's why I think Frank Vogel, I think he's very stubborn. He's probably like, nope, this is how I want him to play, and they just have to try harder. That's what it sounds like to me. He said, Dan, are you going to watch Doctor Strange movie? That looks sick. That Doctor Strange looks sick, man. And it looks like he's going to unlock something else in the multiverse. And I hope it happens, man, because I love X-Men. X-Men is probably my second favorite franchise. So if they bring back some of those characters, that would be lit, bro. He said, I always liked Silver Surfer, even though it was not a big character, but Surfer Across the Sky is cool. It's pretty cool. Silver Surfer is cool, man. Wonder Woman was also a great superhero. Let's not sleep on her. It was cool, but I thought that movie was overrated, bro. The second one especially, I really didn't live up to the hype. The first one was cool. They should have made movies rated R like Deadpool. I know. Like how can you, bro, you see what a hit the Joker movie was and it was rated R. Like why can't you just, I believe we've had a rated R movie in the past, right? Um the old ones from the 90s. Wasn't the one with the Catwoman and the Penguin in the past? I think that one was rated R, right? I forgot who directed it, but I really liked it, man. Dan, it's crazy that the Nets are the ninth seed in the East and we are in the ninth seed in the West. I know, but it also shows you that the teams should not stack top heavy because you lock up 3 max salary spots. That might not always be good for business. If it doesn't work out, look, we are the examples of that not working out. So I prefer 2 superstars and a bunch of depth around them. I think that should be our style of building in the near future because that's what got us a championship and that's what's gotten us a championship in the past. And also we should, get as much size as possible. Winning time. Yes, I'm gonna check it out tonight for sure, guys. I'll let you guys know what I think about it. I may not be here for the next pre or post game. Depends because it's my girl's birthday, so I will be taking her out and all that good stuff. Boyfriend of the year material right here. But even if I'm not here for pre or post, I'll still do a post game recap probably the next day, most likely. All right, I don't promise anything, but most likely. But that's one of the rare occasions where I miss with a good reason, right? Speak about DC. What are your thoughts on Christopher Reeve's Superman movies? I'm not the biggest Superman fan. Like you're talking to the wrong guy if we're talking Superman. So I don't really want to give my opinion on that because it's not really objective, right? But yeah, I'm really not the best Superman movie. Like those are snooze fest type movies, bro. Like Superman, nah. That's not my. I will say this. I like the animated series on Channel 5 back in the late 90s, early 2000s. That shit was hard, right? Um, but Superman is not my thing, bro. Personally, so you're talking to the wrong guy about that. Batman, I can talk your ears off all day about Batman, bro. Everything about it. But again, I don't want to spoil nothing on the movie. Hopefully, whoever hasn't watched it enjoys it because it's worth it, man. It's worth every buck. It's worth you catching COVID. Now I'm just playing, not that far, but it's worth just make sure you're safe and all that. Man of Steel, the Man of Steel, the Man of Steel was the movie you enjoyed. It was decent, man. It's not my cup of tea. It really isn't. Vogel's post game comment said, "I don't know. I gotta look at the tape." Yeah, he's already mentally checked out too. If anything, I think he was. I think he's just saving face, guys. I don't know why. Do I like Star Wars or Star Trek? Never seen Star Trek a day in my life. I'm a Star Wars guy, for sure, for sure. Happy birthday to your queen. Thank you so much, Laker girl. I'll pass that along, guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Yeah, no, I'm not a Star. I don't know, man. I'm not a Star Trek fan. Not to be judgy or nothing, but I think it just looked corny to me. With the deformed aliens. I don't know. I could never get into it. I felt like they try to rip off Star Wars. I feel like I don't know. It's just me though. I'm a Star Wars all the way. He said, only Superman I mess with is Shaq. Yes, sir. He said, loves Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was hard, bro. It really exceeded my expectations. I really went in there with no expectations. I didn't know what to expect, but I thought it was phenomenal. I rarely like to see movies twice in the theater because I feel like, call me cheap or whatever. I feel like it's a waste of money when you could just buy the DVD and watch it whenever you want. I really don't like to see movies twice unless they're really freaking good. But Shang-Chi was so good. I want to go see it with my girl. And then I took my brothers to go see it. So I went to go see it twice. And it was a long-ass movie. So I was sitting in there twice just so that my family could enjoy it. That's how good it was. And that rarely happens, man. That's a special occasion right there. That's how you know the movie was good. Dan, what's your favorite Tarantino movie? Oh, my goodness, man. I love so many Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors. I gotta say, Django. Django's probably my favorite, bro. I thought everything, man. Everybody was golden on there. Samuel L. Jackson, obviously Leonardo DiCaprio, Jamie Foxx was great. Like the whole cast was amazing, bro. Django's up there. Death Proof is sick. The Hateful Eight. I really love everything. Inglorious Bastards. Love it, man. Like I can go on and on about Quentin Tarantino movies. They're just he's the type of director I think if I was a director I would be. Because I wouldn't be afraid to touch on any subject or go all out and show everything in a movie. Like that's why I like, But yeah, probably Django's probably my favorite one. I watch it every once in a while with my girl. We love Django, man. He said, the Lakers are so ass when the conversation switches to movies. Hey, listen, we down to earth over here, man. I don't know if it got to be strictly uh, a certain conversation to your liking, but over here, man, we just listen. We're gonna make the most of the season, man. And sometimes people want to switch the topic. That's fine. We've been struggling this season. Uh, you know, he said Pulp Fiction. Oh, Pulp Fiction. How can you forget a classic like Pulp Fiction? Yes, sir. Can we still get two more players? Moses Brown, Willie Cauley-Stein, Tyreek Evans are available. DJ Wilson is nice too. That's up to them, man. That is up to them. Maybe they don't want to come to us right now because of the turmoil, right? All the rumors and everything. I think it scares away some free agents. But I would love it if we give, certain players a shot. That would be lit. I love it. He said Sean Connery was my favorite actor. He was the best. Bond and love Denzel. Denzel is also one of my favorite actors. I love every movie he's been on. John Q, Training Day. I mean, the list goes on. Man on Fire. Sick ass movies, man. The team is stressful. No, that's facts. I mean, the team is stressful. We already covered. Bro, we talked about the Lakers for like the first 30 minutes, man. It don't hurt nobody to switch topics once in a while. He said Vogel is 100% gone. Do you stretch Westbrook $47 million or give up a 2027 first round pick to dump him? I don't want to stretch anybody, man. I'm sick of paying for dead salary like we did with Lil Dang. We're just coming off of his contract. So I do anything in order just to get rid of him. If we have to give up one more first round pick, then so be it. Lakers are great at finding ways to draft young talent. Austin Reeves wasn't even picked up. So all that I know is whatever it takes to get rid of Westbrook, but I would prefer giving up a pick or whatever in order to get rid of him because I don't want to have dead salary on there, man. He said, my Nets team has been so awful lately. I'm still rooting for them even in the down years. That's what's up, Jaden. You're a real one, bro. That's why I respect mutuals like you, man. Even though we root for different teams, we're right there to the bitter end, brother. Am I getting a Russell Westbrook jersey? Hell no. I already got one, man. Shout out to my boy Q. But I don't think I'll be wearing it anytime soon. Not because I'm not grateful, but because Russell Westbrook has not done a good job of representing the Lakers, man. But I'm still thankful for it. I might change the back of the name to somebody else's name and just keep the 0, man. He said maybe Randall or Tobias Harris for Brody. I would love it. Tobias Harris' contract might be a little too spiked, but I would do Randall for Russell Westbrook. I really would, if there's any value in that, right? He said, bro, we passed on Monty Williams and Ty Lue. Hell, Jason Kidd for that matter. Yeah, we did. We made mistakes along the way. But you know what? We got to correct them, and hopefully sooner rather than later. Again, the end of the season's around the corner, especially if we don't make the play-in or if we do and we get eliminated early. End of the season's around the corner, and I can't wait to see what the first order of business is going to be. But if I had to predict it, Frank Vogel's the first one to go, and Russell Westbrook will be the next one. So that has to be the order of business as soon as the offseason hits. If not, I'll be really disappointed if we have either one of those two on the roster next season. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the donations, the likes. Really quick shout out to my sponsor, Prize Picks, man. 100% deposit match guaranteed when you use promo code DTLF. So definitely check them out, and I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Again, may or may not be here depending on how everything plays out for my girl's birthday on Wednesday. But regardless, like I said, I got y'all potentially the next day or maybe the next pregame. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. As always, go Lakers, and I'll talk